Tina, come get some ham.
Just kind of TO'd. I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious.
Do the chickens have large talons? Yes.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
It's a sledgehammer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Freaking idiot. Heck yes, I did. Lucky.
Okay, so we're here to talk about what is open source software. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about intellectual property. It's usually, the software has a source code and it's made available under some sort of license on the internet. And what do you do with it? People go to the internet, they download the software that they need, and the nice thing about open source software is that they can, if they need to, make changes to the programs to benefit themselves or others. After they've made the changes they need and they've used it, if they choose to, they can redistribute it by putting the changes back onto the internet, and that program can be downloaded by others, again, to hopefully benefit them as well. Another thing about open source is that it includes a whole set of principles and practices that promote accessibility to design and the production of goods and knowledge. And again, we can find it in all sorts of areas. We can find it in software, programs, operating systems that you would buy on the open market. And so this is an alternative to using products that would cost you a lot of money. That basically is what open source is. Okay, so why do I think open source would be a great thing to use? Basically, what it comes down to for myself as an educator, I think that open source is really beneficial because we're going to be going into schools where the funds that we're given to run our programs, run our classrooms, they're declining. So when you've got limited money to use, and the expectation is to go out there and use technology that is current, that is advanced, and that's going to again help our students learn. We're limited by the amount of money that we have to spend. So by using open source software, we can go out there, we can use these free programs that offer basically the same advantages to some of the bigger programs that are currently being used in the schools. I guess another thing to say is that really you can help to reduce your costs. You can use applications that are going to be applicable to your students, to the faculty, to the staff, and you'll be able to use the money that normally would be spent on updating computers and software and getting a bigger database, etc. All these escalating costs, you can take that money and you can put it back into your program to help out in other areas. And I think that's really one of the biggest advantages to using open source for an educator. Another thing that might be very advantageous is to those that understand source code, they'll be able to go in and make changes immediately to the programs that their students are using. And rather than wait for a new version of whatever program it is you're using, rather than waiting for the new version to come out, you can make the change and your students will be able to take advantage of that program immediately almost. Ultimately, open source is going to help us meet the needs of the future and where technology is going. And that's why I think we should really incorporate it into our school systems and in our classrooms.
Why do you love me? Why do you need me? Always and forever. We met in a chat room. Now our love can fully bloom. Sure, the World Wide Web is great, but you make me salivate. Yes, I love technology, but not as much as you see. But I still love technology, always and forever. Our love is like a flock of doves flying up to heaven above. Always and forever. Always and forever.